Now you know my birthday. All you need, you have my full name, you have my birthday, all you need is my social security number, bank information, student ID, I don't know. You can steal my identity. I mean, duh. Also, yeah, I'm in my pajamas. I'm in my Christmas pajamas. It's February, okay? Get over it. It's cold. The Midnight Library. Right, I have been, this book has been recommended to me by a lot of family members actually, and one of my good friends at school who is in the book, the Writing and Literature Magazine Club with me, gave it 5 stars. So I was like interested in this book. Basically it's about this woman called Nora, and she she comes across this library, and the books in the library take you to different lives that you could have lived. So I was like super interested in the story. It sounds so cool. Would you have done anything different if you had the chance to undo your regrets? Which is basically the theme of the book, you know, regrets and all this stuff. The orange tabs, so these ones, are things I didn't like. There are quite a few. Now, when I say I didn't like something, I don't mean like, oh, this was the worst book ever, rah. They did this horrible thing. No, it was just if there was something that annoyed me that was comment on worthy, then I would write it down. You know, just some extremely repetitive thing, or, you know, an obvious thing that was stated, or a place that she went that I thought was I don't know, something she did that I thought was cringy, you know, stuff like that, or you know, stuff that didn't make sense. Minor things, but I did tab the ones that I like wrote in the margins about, because then I know where to find my notes, and also if it's worthy to write in the margins about, then I feel like it's worthy for a tab. There are a lot of interesting ideas in this book, which I liked. It explored a lot of different mindsets and perception as a barrier to things, but the writing style didn't grip me. Matt Haig, before this, wrote a lot of non-fiction, and that might be one of the reasons that it feels quite explanatory and didactic, because it will introduce an idea and then really drive the idea into your head. I got it the first time, Matt, thank you though for really shoving it in my brain. The messages could have been received by the reader without all of this extra explanation, and Nora would like say something or like have an idea that she's had or said a lot, and I'm like, I get that the point is her on this like journey, and that was just something that bugged me. I feel like it was treading over the same ground very frequently. Yeah, I just didn't love that. Another thing is prose. If you are a big prose snob, or you love like flowery writing, or just breathtaking lines, I'm not sure this book would be for you. It's quite matter of fact, like this happened. I also want to say that the writing was kind of weird with the editing. I'm not sure how thoroughly it was edited, because I forgot to say this, but the timing was so weird. Like one person would say something, and then someone else would say something, and then they'll say it again, but they'll do new quotation marks in like a new line without any action in between, or someone will react to something after they just said something, like a line had been deleted. Things like that, which I just thought were strange, and I feel like I should mention. I mean, Matt Haig writes books really quickly, but I don't know if that like affects the editing process, but yeah, I felt like I should say that too. It is the kind of ending that you would expect for a book like this, but I did appreciate the way that it was done. Liked the wrapping up, but not the exact wrap up. I didn't like as much as the journey to the wrap up, which is kind of very picky, but I like what I like. Sue me. Yeah, so overall, I think I'm gonna give this like 3 stars out of 5, which is still more than half. Like 3 stars is a very like respectable score if this was not a bad book. If you like the idea of alternate universes and like the meaning of life, then you will probably enjoy this book, but it's a 3 stars from me. I will say, one of my favorite lines, the prison wasn't the place, but the perspective, which I think is a very much idea of the book. I feel like you can take that into a lot of places in life, especially in today's culture with there's a lot of different perspectives that you can have, and like lots of different views on life because of how connected the world is. And I think that that is an interesting thing to take in mind. Like it's not necessarily what's wrong is what's actually happening, but how you view it. Okay, thank you for watching. I love reading. And recently rediscovered it within the last year. And I just read this book and kind of felt like talking about it. I mean, I know, like the title says, that it has been a bit of a time since this book was trending. Like everyone was reading it a year ago, maybe even more than a year ago, but I just read it. I bought it in the airport on the way back from Australia. So kind of late to the party, but you know what? If you are watching this video, so are you, okay? So we are here together. Yeah, I kind of want to talk about more books in the future, but still, I don't really know. I just make videos about what is fun for me because this is just a fun little hobby of mine. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one.